So I want to have a chat with you. We've just looked at mindfulness. I want to look now at something that I use a lot. I do mean a lot. It's something called EFT, emotional freedom tapping, and I do use it as well as mindfulness and meditation. But what I love about this is one of those things that I found during lockdown. And if you just type into YouTube EFT, the gentleman that created it is on there, and it was his videos that I was watching, and I swear every time I was watching, I'm just like, can't do this. This is just crazy. It's just someone tapping different points on your head. This can't work. This is the mental part of it was just it, but every time I did it, I noticed that I had a result. And for me, what I appreciate about this is it always asks you to start off with from 0 to 10. How are you feeling on a particular topic? Thank you, Sarah. On a particular topic. So it might be I'm feeling anxious or fearful or upset. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling frustrated. There's many. Um, and I'm feeling an 8. I trust my instinct on it. How are you feeling? I might go 7 to 8. I'm going to put 7. I have this whole conversation every time, but I've learned to trust myself. What I find by the time I've finished, which can be 10, 11, 12 minutes later, is that might have moved down to a 4, a 5, or a 6. If I can get it from an 8 to a 7.5, that's a win. Now, occasionally it will stay at 8, or it might even go up. I did one this morning actually on grief. Um, and that went up because that brought quite a few different things in. But know that that's okay. I have before now done 2 or 3 straight after each other, because while I'm doing, I start something, I think I can't get comfy with this. This isn't the right word. This isn't the right description. Because I might think I'm feeling that, but actually underneath it, it's that. Now, the one on anger, I'm sure I shared it. It was on an email that had been sent by Tapping Solutions, and it was on anger. And I started doing it and following it. Oh my goodness me, the tears that were behind that. Absolutely, I sobbed. I was just sat at my computer and I absolutely sobbed, because behind the anger, which was to do with the house, to do with the this, to do with the that, and to do with the insurance company, behind that was so much upset. And I didn't judge it, I didn't anything. I just thought, oh, whoa, didn't realize I was carrying that. And I think whatever your reaction is, if you do get upset or you do this or you do that, just know it's all right. That's where we bring the non-judgment in. If we're doing something and we get upset, I'll be honest with you, I want to go good. I don't want any of us upset. If but I do. If it means that you're letting go of something instead of carrying it, especially if you don't realize you're carrying it and it's coming out, fine. Fine. In fact, it was a grief one this morning. I was sat there and I kind of started the tapping, and literally the whole top side of me just collapsed. Literally just collapsed. I was like, wow, what is this all about? It took me on kind of a journey of where it was, and it wasn't grief over an actual person, it was grief over the situation. Incredible what comes up. Now, I could do that follow that same tapping, and different things will happen. Totally different things will happen. Same with anger, same with fear, upset, anxiety. There's I have an app called Tap. Just let me double check. I'm sure it's Tapping Solutions. Pretty sure it's Tapping Solutions, but I am tired, so let me just double check. Yeah, it is Tapping Solutions, and it is one. I don't know if they've got a free version. I pay for this version because I use it a lot. But what I would suggest is they've got a YouTube channel, which is free. So see if you get on with it. That's what I did. And I'm sure they do a free version of it. But it was just one of those things that I knew was making a difference. And out of all the different things that, kind of are free or you might pay for, that for me is one I would pay for, because I use it. It's no use paying for it if you're not going to use it or you're not getting on with it. Or you can make do with, not make do, but you're finding what's on YouTube works. They've got quite a lot on there because I checked the other day. So it's brother and sister Jessica and Nick Ortner. don't know how you spell that, but just type in tapping solution on YouTube and they come up. And just see what I do sometimes. I just see the topics and see what jumps out at me. Because sometimes it'll be fear. I didn't know I was feeling fearful. But if something comes up and you're drawn to it, give it a go. If you're feeling really uncomfortable with it and thinking, nah, this is just making me more agitated, come off it and try another one. There's no fixed, this is the way to do it, if that makes sense. I want you to start to tune into yourself and see what speaks to you. So the way that this works, and another reason I like this, I find sometimes when I'm feeling agitated or whatever I'm feeling, I might not be able to put a name on it, asking me to then be still while I'm doing a mindful meditation is just too much. I find that would aggravate me. What I like with this is there's movement in it. So I'm moving with it. But what I also really love about this, and I really do love about this, is we're starting off by acknowledging where we are. So say I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling anxious. I've got anxiety. I'm feeling anxious. I'm starting off and we have what we call a setup statement. And it's about going, even though I feel anxious, or even though I'm struggling today, or even though I feel sad. I've wrote on here for grief, even though I'm really struggling with this loss, even though I feel such deep grief, even though I feel this loss in my body and in my life, even though I feel so lonely, I honour how my body feels and I give it permission to relax. I recognise how hard this has been and I find more ease during this difficult time. I give myself permission to relax. So we're not denying how we're feeling, and what we're certainly not doing is criticising how we're feeling. We're working with how we're feeling. And then as we go around in different rounds, and I'll show you where the tapping points are. As we go around different rounds, we start off with what they call the anchor statement. This is where I am. And then slowly we're moving to, this is where I'd like to get to. And it works that way. So the different tapping areas are just above your eye. And you can use one finger, two finger. You can use both hands. And can I just ask you to do this gently? Oh, no headaches at this time. Vicky, be careful. You can tap. Sometimes I just gently press, if I'm being honest with you, but we tap on one side. So the next area is at the side of your eye. We then go under the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, on your collarbone. Either side, you could just put your hand on. Now the next one is under your arm where your bra strap is. And you can either do it that way or that way. If that becomes too much because we're working with where our bodies are, just know you can tap the top of your thumb, top of your fingers. And then the last one is gently the top of your head. Please do this gently. Now, when I've done this, what I can do, because I do them so often, is sometimes I do just press, just gently press. Now, what I can do, because we've got anchors which are triggers which are bad. These are triggers which are good. So I can be doing this wherever I am. You would not have a clue I'm doing it. I have done this in Marks and Spencer's cafe. I have done this when I'm in the car. I have done this in so many different places. What you can do as well is you can, if doing it becomes too much, is you can visualize it. So I can think about tapping, but there's no reason why, even if you're just picking one place, if you're just picking the back, just use your nails. So if I'm doing this, no one knows what I'm doing. Just look like I'm moving. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you've got to go to the doctors or the hospital and you're feeling, God, this is stressing me, or we've got an appointment or we're meeting someone for coffee, or whatever the situation, just life, we can spend time beforehand. But again, there's no reason why you can't just touch it. Just recognize. So you will find potentially different areas make you feel different ways. I choose to put Laura, bless you. I just find it, this to me it is the one I love. Mindfulness, love this also. So we have a setup statement, so we're kind of saying this is how I'm feeling, but that's absolutely fine. So what we do is you've got your side of your arm here with your hand here. They call it, you know, a karate point. When I did this with Mr. Price the other day, he was doing this, and I'm like, just stop it. Right, so he's just taking one or two fingers, gently tapping the side of your arm there, hand there. And what I will do is I'll just take us through if that's okay. So if you're not feeling anxious, do me a favor, don't, don't go and find anxiety. I'm going to use anxiety, but if you want to use a different word right now, know that that's okay. Now, if you're doing this with the app, they'll say that, you know, say it out loud or in your own mind. What I'd like, if it's okay, is we all say it in our own mind, because having 13 of us all saying it back is like, whoa, kind of changes the different atmosphere. So just say it in your own mind. So I will leave a gap for you to say that in your own mind. So I'll use anxiety. If you want to change the word anxiety for something else, feel free to do so, or whether you just follow along for this particular one. So if I just get you to do tapping on the side of the hand there. Even though I'm feeling quite anxious right now, I honour how my body is feeling. Even though it feels like my stomach is turning over and my shoulders are quite tight, I honour and respect how my body is feeling. Even though I'm feeling quite stressed right now, I know that this is okay. And then what we will do now is we'll go to the different areas. So just above your eye there, even though I'm feeling anxious, even though my shoulders are feeling really tight, under the eye, sorry, even though I'm struggling right now, under the nose, not feeling like I want to do very much right now, under the eye. I'm struggling with my energy right now. Even though I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. So under the arm or the finger. Even though I'm struggling. Top of your head. I know that I'm in a safe place. As I allow myself and my body to know that it's in this safe place, and to let myself know that everything will be okay, and that I allow myself to feel safe, and to allow my shoulders to relax that little bit more. To allow any tension that's in my chest to melt away. feeling relaxed and feeling calmer. Just allowing any tension that I'm holding right now to melt away. And on top of the head, just melting away. Top of the eye. As I'm starting to relax more into my chair or on my bed. Knowing that I'm safe. And as I sit here feeling safer, I allow the muscles to relax a little more. Just sinking further down. Feeling calmer, allowing peace to come into my body. Allowing my chest to relax and my shoulders to relax. Feeling safe. And as you put your hands now onto your head, if you just gently hold that there, and we'll do one last round. But this time, rather than tapping, let's just gently press. Allowing myself to feel grounded. Allowing any muscles that feel tense to unwind. Allowing that feeling of calm and of feeling at peace. Knowing that I am safe and all will be okay. Allowing in this moment to feel calm. Letting go. And just put your hand over your collarbone this time. Just allow that there to feel that warmth there. Sending appreciation to your body. And thanks. That feeling of peace and of being settled. And under the arm. Relaxing with each breath I take. Letting go. Take a nice big deep breath in and breathing out. And I should have said actually before that the way this works, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, is through we use the acupuncture points. So it sends a message to the body that you are safe, no matter what the mind is telling us. So by using those particular points, the points that I used in acupuncture, it just lets the body know that it's safe. And then we acknowledge where it is. We thank it for being where it is. And then we work with that area to bring it down that little bit more. So what I will do is I will stop the recording on there.